one of the problems that I see with boxing in terms of advertisement and marketing is that it's becoming a lot like the wrestling community. And what exactly do I mean by that? Well, for one, when you take a look at the amateur wrestling community around the world, and in particular in the United States, it's a very niche sport. If you often notice, a lot of the people that are in the stands, whether that would be in the high school levels or the college levels, are usually just either the parents, which are predominantly the spectators, and then let's say other wrestlers who have wrestled in the past. And that's how niche that particular sport is. And that's kind of where I see boxing becoming to be. Now, why is that problematic, and how does that relate to Showtime canceling PBC's deal in 2024? The reason why that's significant is because of the fact that it is very difficult to attract casual fans in boxing. Unless you are a big name, somebody that talks a lot of trash with the likes of McGregor, with the likes of Raleigh Romero, you're just not going to attract a lot of people when you are not having the guys fight the best. That's also another disadvantage in the marketing side of boxing. So it's becoming a very niche sport. Mixed martial arts in and of itself is a niche sport. Now, why is it that mixed martial arts is able to attract, let's say, more of a casual fan base on a week-to-week basis as opposed to, let's say, a boxing fan who, let's say, is usually traditional, generational, meaning that you can meet a lot of families somewhere in the southwestern parts of the United States, a predominantly Hispanic population. A lot of them are big boxing fans. Their father is a boxing fan, their great-grandfather was a boxing fan, and they grew up watching the likes of Julio Cesar Chavez, and now in the modern times, the likes of Canelo, and maybe even Ryan Garcia. And it was Oscar De La Hoya in the 90s. But nonetheless, this is the type of fan base that you have in boxing. With mixed martial arts, what kind of fan base do you have? The fan base that you have in mixed martial arts consists of a lot of people that, let's just call it what it is, a socialite. And what exactly do I mean by that? Take, for example, the London shows that they do in UFC UK shows, like UFC London or the pay-per-view with Leon Edwards rematching Kamaru Usman. That particular time, it's usually attracting a lot of casual fan base. You often see a lot of British celebrities show up. Like who? Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, Gordon Ramsay, and all these other UK stars, sometimes maybe even the likes of Wayne Rooney. Whoever is out there that is, let's say, popular or wants to be seen, and that goes for, let's say, even just the average middle-class folks in that country that can afford $1,000 tickets just to go and turn up and be shown on live TV on the background. That is basically the reality of mixed martial arts in its marketing in Europe and elsewhere in, let's say, the tourism spots of the UFC's locations, such as Sydney, Australia, Perth, Australia, recent times, and this particular week, Abu Dhabi. So it's important to understand that this is the type of fan base that mixed martial arts has developed over the years. Now, what about boxing? The unfortunate thing with boxing is that you have a situation where it was a little too late for them to go out and put out the best fights. By the end of it, they had Crawford taking on Spence, and then they had Tank taking on Ryan Garcia, which, by the way, in this current time, as you're watching this right now, is one of my highest views within the channel. Yes, the Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight. Why? Because it was a time where they finally took these two stars that were undefeated and just decided, you know what? We're going to have you guys fight right now and find out who is the best. And here's the thing. It wasn't even a real undisputed championship fight. But it was a fight between two popular names that we wanted to see for a long time. And here we are. So now, it's going to be very difficult for boxing to come back. It's going to be very difficult for boxing to have another network trust them like this again.